Hi, Tiger. How are you?
Hi, Otter. I'm kind of worried. There's so much happening with all the protests. I don't really understand it, and it's kind of scary.
Well, Tiger, I think we're all a little scared, but that's okay. We can learn and help, though. How can I help you understand what's happening?
It seems like so much of this is just coming out of nowhere. I thought that all of this was taken care of in the civil rights movement in the 50s and 60s. Haven't we come a long way since then?
You're right, Tiger. The civil rights movement was important, and we have come a long way. But all of the problems that people of color face were not magically solved overnight. We are still dealing with them now. And though it may seem like things are coming out of nowhere, these things have been happening for a long time. We're just paying more attention now.
But it seems like racism is mostly gone. I've never actually met someone who was outwardly racist. I mean, Grandpa Tiger said some not so great things sometimes, but he was very old and he's gone now. Aren't we mostly past this?
Well, Tiger, it's true that most people aren't actively racist anymore, though that still exists more than you might think. But we have made it so that it's much less acceptable. The issue is that it's really not about how each person thinks and feels. It's about how our communities are set up. We call this systemic racism, which means it's not about people, it's about the systems in our communities that hurt people of color.
Wow, systemic racism. That's a big word, but I think I understand what you're saying. It's not that we just need to help people be open and accepting themselves, but that we need to create a community that supports those things and how it's structured.
Exactly. Though it may feel like we're beyond racism, people of color are still targeted by police, much more than white people. Communities of color have been significantly more affected by the current pandemic. Our education system still funds schools and communities of color much less than in mostly white communities.
Wow, I never thought of those things. I kind of just assumed that everyone was treated like I was.
Well, that's just it, Tiger. It's normal for us to think that everyone's experience is just like ours. But when we are people of privilege, it's important for us to realize that others' experiences can be very different. And this is why people are protesting, so that people will see and hear that things are different than they have experienced and understood them.
That helps me understand what's going on. But what can I do about it?
The best thing we can all do is make sure that we are educating ourselves so that we can try to look beyond our own experiences and privilege. We can listen to what people are saying and do the work ourselves to try to understand the issues they're talking about.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of work.
It is, Tiger, but it's work we need to do. And Jesus, who came to speak good news to the poor and oppressed, tells us that it is up to us to do the work to bring God's kingdom. And this is part of that. So, it might be hard, but it's our duty.
Yeah!